Welcome to Darkside Short, and today's episode, the Hempsted GPSS storage depot. The oil depot in Hempsted, Gloucester was once part of the GPSS, Government Pipelines and Storage System, a top-secret network of oil and fuel pipes that ran across vast sections of England, connecting to airports and key strategic sites. The Hempsted depot was part of the North-South Pipeline, linking Bristol to Merseyside. The planning for the GPSS began pre-World War II. In 1938, the capacity of the system of depot tanks grew from 90,000 to 800,000 tonnes. Work began on the actual pipelines that connected the series of depots in early 1941. Exactly who built the site at Hempsted has been lost. With no advertisements for workers in contemporary papers, the military, or possibly Italian prisoners of war, are considered the most likely candidates. After World War II, the GPSS line was mostly mothballed. The pipeline began to be used for commercial use in the 1950s for things like aviation. However, when the Cold War started, the network was recommissioned for RAF use, and Hempsted was among the recommissioned sites. The end of the Cold War led to the GPSS pipeline being largely declassified, though some secrecy does remain regarding its exact routes and capacity. In 2012, the UK government officially announced plans to sell off the GPSS network. After this, it was renamed to the CLH Pipeline Network, supplying nearly all the major airports and air bases with aviation fuel. The Hempsted site remained in use at least until the early 2000s, though some sources state until around 2010. It was linked to a secondary depot near the Gloucester Canal a mile or so away, though no evidence of this depot remains. A survey of the site was undertaken in 2006, and attempts were made to find the original plans without success. Now I'll share with you a few pictures of the site during this period until its redevelopment began. Serious discussion on the redevelopment of the site began in the mid-2010s. The first scheme in 2014 was blocked by the owners of the CHL pipeline, fearing damage to the pipeline system that runs through the site. Meanwhile, Hobbs Oil, now Ford Fuels, built a new depot in 2015 within a 5-minute walk of the site to the north, reducing any need for the Hempsted site to ever be recommissioned in service. They apparently have access to and use the CHL pipeline, though I haven't been able to confirm this with them. The site itself consisted of 14 structures. The centrepiece was 4 large tanks in the west end of the site, each approximately 36 metres wide and 5 metres tall, capable of holding 5 million litres of fuel, or approximately 4,000 tonnes, marked by the crosses on this map. A pump room used to pump fuel in and out of the site is marked by the small square. The site air raid shelter is marked by the circle, plus the foam store and other buildings, along with an area of hard standing for vehicles, including a fuel station, were located near the entrance to the depot in the east. This is marked by the large square on the map. The site was purchased for redevelopment prior to the COVID pandemic in 2019, but the pandemic severely delayed the development of the site. As of January 2024, Lion Court Homes has currently begun work on a new housing estate on the site. As part of the conditions to allow redevelopment, Allen Archaeology Limited conducted a Level 3 historic building survey, the results of which are available online and are extremely comprehensive. I will now bring up the archaeology survey map and the development plan, which are drawn approximately to the same scale so you can compare the old depot to the new housing layout. The demolition of the site in preparation for construction work to begin was undertaken by DSM Demolition Limited, and the full specification report is available on the Gloucester City Council website. As part of the demolition and landscaping work, they removed asbestos and dealt with suspected hydrocarbon contamination from the fuel tanks, which hadn't been maintained since the closure of the site. They also conducted landscaping work and processing non-contaminated materials for recycling into other projects. Little now remains of the depot site apart from some of the original boundary fencing, an inspection chamber for the pipeline near the site entrance, and the GPSS marker poles showing where the pipeline passes under the site. The tanks, the air raid shelter, hard standing and associated buildings have all been removed. But, in an interesting twist, horseshoe bats had been using the site for roosting since its closure. So, under a Natural England licence, a purpose-built bat roost now marks the edge of the former fuel tanks. Videos and photo logs filmed by various urban explorers are available online that were made pre-demolition. If you want to see the true scope and scale of this Lost Ark site, I recommend you view some of them. I will also provide a link to the Allen Archaeology Survey in the description. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and enjoy the rest of your day.